Ropes of the Club Car Championship, powered by your Savannah and Low Country Honda dealers.
For the second time in a 6-month span, professional golf being played at the Deer Creek course at the Landings Club. The 4th annual Club Car Championship officially underway. Thursday, the first round being contested on a stunning day in Savannah, with spectators once again allowed. Some of the top golfers in the world putting on a show on day one. Good evening and welcome to Inside the Ropes. Thursday at the Club Car Championship wrapping up over at the Landings Club, and what a Thursday it was. This year's tournament field features 4 of the top 10 golfers in the Korn Ferry Tour standings, as well as the last 2 Club Car Championship winners, Evan Harmeling last year, then you had Dan McCarthy from 2019. Another cool story. How about this? In this year's tournament field, you have 7 golfers who have won PGA Tour events, including Jonas Blixt, who has won 3 times on the PGA Tour. And I could go on and on with all the storylines, but we have a lot to get to tonight. First things first, highlights from Thursday's first round at the Deer Creek course. Take a look. The Birdie Brigade out in full force for Thursday's first round. Golfers in the morning wave looking to set the tone. Wade Binfield looked poised to make a move early on. He's making the turn at 18, but before he does, he's going to sink the birdie putt. Binfield would cool off on his back 9 and finish at even par. At the par 5 third, Brett Stegmeyer with a solid approach. Stegmeyer would come to the green and sink his birdie putt. He was 2 under on the day. Also -2, last week's winner on the Korn Ferry Tour down in Louisiana, Roberto Diaz. At the par 5 sixth, how about his approach? Going to stick it safely on the green. Diaz would make his birdie putt. Good start to the tournament for him. From up the coast in South Carolina, Tommy Two Gloves Gainey playing well during the first round. He's going to connect on the long birdie putt up at the par 5 14th. Gainey 3 under after 1 round. Also shooting a 3 under 69 Thursday, former Georgia Tech standout Ollie Schneider-Jans, who's going to roll in the birdie at number 6. Former Armstrong State All-American Shad Tootin feeling right at home Thursday, looking to move to -4 at the turn, but he just misses the birdie putt. No worries, Tootin going to turn in an impressive score of 5 under par. The group of Chris Blanks, Curtis Thompson, and Max McGreevy feeding off each other on day one. Thompson with an eagle opportunity at the par 5 sixth. He can't pick up the eagle, going to settle on the birdie there. Thompson sinking a challenging birdie putt up at 14. Curtis Thompson 6 under 66 to find a spot high on the leaderboard. Then it's McGreevy, 6 birdies and an eagle on his scorecard. The eagle happening right here at the par 5 14th as he nails the putt from just off the green. McGreevy 7 under 65 on Thursday. And here's a look at the first round leaderboard. Max McGreevy making that 7 under hold up since the morning. He has a 1-stroke lead on a pair of golfers, Curtis Thompson and Stuart McDonald, both sitting at -6 heading into Friday's second round. A pack of 5 golfers, including Shad Tootin, Matthew Short, Will Wilcox, and Joey Garber, just 2 strokes off the lead. Now some other scores of interest. Tommy Gainey from Darlington, South Carolina, saw him in the highlights. He's at -3. Roberto Diaz, last week's Korn Ferry Tour winner down in Louisiana, he's at 2 under par. Past Club Car Championship winners, Dan McCarthy, also at 2 under. And how about Jonathan Grizz, the Hilton Head 17-year-old, qualified for the tournament back on Monday. He shoots even par today. And defending champ Evan Harmeling, well, he's got some work to do if he wants to win at Deer Creek again this year. Harmeling +5 on Thursday. Right now, we want to get out to Amy Zimmer, who is joining us live from the Landings. And Amy, how did the golfers feel about Thursday's first round? What can you tell us?
Frank, well, as we normally see with golf tournaments here along the coast, golfers who start in the morning have the advantage. The winds are a little calmer, the greens haven't dried out yet, and that's exactly what we saw here today in today's opening round. Golfers with morning tee times went low in a hurry.
there's a lot of chances out here, but you still got to be careful. The trouble lurks too. So it was exciting to get a lot of looks and finally make a couple in the first round, kind of get myself going. I just at the end of the round felt like the cup looked like a bucket. So I feel really comfortable out here on these greens and excited for the next 3 rounds.
I don't need driver as much out here. So, and there's a lot of dog leg lefts, which is a shot shape for my 3-wood. So, as long as I come out here with good tempo with the 3-wood, I'm going to be in a bunch of fairways. I think today I hit 13 and I hit 14 greens. So, you just give your irons a chance to shine, and that's what they did today.
Savannah's home, honestly. Everyone here just makes you feel so great, and it definitely does, make you feel, more comfortable, which my caddy and I have been talking about that kind of all year is, you just want to get out here and you want to feel comfortable, and most of all, you want to have fun. And that, for me, it really helps me to perform my best.
And that's just a look at what some of the golfers had to say after today's opening round. And remember, for tomorrow's second round, golfers who teed off this morning will now tee off tomorrow afternoon. And then the golfers who teed off this afternoon will get to tee off in the morning and hope for a little bit of better weather conditions as the wind really picked up this afternoon. Frank, back to you.
All right, thanks so much, Amy. We're going to get back out to you in just a couple minutes. Now, still to come on Inside the Ropes, we're going to check in with Savannah natives. You have Tim O'Neill and Reed Lauder in the field this week. Let's see how their first rounds went. And we're headed back out to the Landings Club for much more Inside the Ropes. Stick around.
The ropes of the Club Car Championship, powered by your Savannah and Low Country Honda dealers.
The search for the seersucker is on at the Landings. Who becomes the fourth winner of the Club Car Championship? Well, it all started with Sam Burns back in 2018. The following year, it was Dan McCarthy winning the tournament title at the Deer Creek course. 2020 saw the bearded one, Evan Harmeling, winning the Club Car Championship. Well, tonight, a return to normal at the Landings Club. Fans along the fairways watching the pros at the Club Car Championship for the first time in a couple years. WJCL's Brooke Butler joining us now with more. Hey, Brooke.
Hey Frank, things have really cleared out here in the last few hours or so. You can see not too much action going on behind me right now, but earlier today we saw big groups of fans here.
Yeah, this is perfect. Fresh air and, great golf.
The Club Car Championship officially teed off in Savannah Thursday, attracting a host of golf fans.
Coming in here in the golf cart and seeing all these tents and people, and it's energizing.
In most areas, fans maintained a good distance from one another. Other areas, though, not so much. And while many of these fans didn't wear face masks while out in the open, they did put them back on when in enclosed spaces.
Everyone's wearing a mask in any of the enclosures. So, I mean, it's you look out here today and you think this was 2, 3, 4, 5 years ago. It really feels normal.
Fans tell us being able to watch the tournament in person feels like a hole-in-one.
We're thrilled to have the Korn Ferry back. It's our 4th year.
It's amazing. What a beautiful day. The course is in great shape. People are out here. The sun's out. The gnats aren't. It doesn't get any better.
And organizers agree.
It just feels like a PGA Tour event again. You know, the ropes are up and there's people here and people excited to watch golf. So it's fun.
Again, things have really quieted down here, but the biggest crowds are expected to show up Friday and Saturday. Frank.
All right, Brooke, thank you so much for that report. Hey, how about the local guys in this year's Club Car Championship field? Told you about former Armstrong standout Shad Tootin with a solid first round. Well, Savannah's Tim O'Neill making his 3rd appearance out of the Deer Creek course. He was one of the final golfers to tee off this afternoon. Right now, he's on his back 9. O'Neill currently even par. Tim's got about 3 holes left to play in his first round. And then there's Savannah teen Reed Lauder, the Savannah Country Day Junior, receiving a title sponsor's exemption to play in this year's Club Car Championship. Just a couple years ago, Lauder set the Deer Creek course record. Today, he was grouped with Trey Valentine and Sam Saunders. Saunders, the grandson of legend Arnold Palmer. Now, Lauder, he didn't start his round till about 2:30, so he is still on the course. Right now, he's at 2 over par with 3 holes to play. Right now, we want to get back out to the Landings where Amy Zimmer is standing by. And Amy, I know you had a chance to catch up with one busy lady this week.
That's right, Frank. Shortly after the first Club Car Championship back in 2018, Cheyenne Overby was named the new tournament director. And since she's taken over, this tournament has grown and has very well become one of the favorite events for golfers on the Korn Ferry Tour.
It feels like we never left, to be honest. So 5.5 months later, it just feels like we've been rolling right through it. But it's been beautiful weather. You can't ask for more. It makes you really excited to be outside. We're really excited to see our fans again. And we've been having a great week so far. Continue to ask people to do their part by social distancing, staying in their own groups. Lots of fun fan activations going on. Schooner Cove has returned to normal dollar birdie beers. There's lots of fun over there. So I think fans can expect, what they've seen in the past, with a caveat that they wear masks while they're out here with us.
We'll have much more from Cheyenne Overby on Inside the Ropes this Sunday. But Frank, I heard there was some big golf news over on the low country side of things for the upcoming RBC Heritage.
Yeah, you got that right. How about this news coming out of Hilton Head? Well, how about this? Bryson DeChambeau. Yeah, there he is. He is coming back to the low country. Bryson DeChambeau has committed to play at next month's RBC Heritage at Harbour Town. DeChambeau is 5th on the world golf rankings and has carded 8 victories on the PGA Tour, including the 2021 U.S. Open. He made his PGA Tour debut at the 2016 RBC Heritage, where he finished tied for 4th and has gone on to card 2 more top 10 finishes there at Harbour Town. DeChambeau will be competing at the Heritage for the 6th straight year. Of course, this year's tournament is set for the week of April 12th through the 18th. You're watching Inside the Ropes. We'll be right back.
Inside the ropes of the Club Car Championship, powered by your Savannah and Low Country Honda dealers.
And welcome back to Inside the Ropes here on WJCL 22 News. Shot of the day from the Club Car Championship. It's a putt, but it was a really big putt. At the par 5 14th, Max McGreevy going to grab the first round lead as he rolls in the eagle putt from just off the green. McGreevy had this putt as soon as it came off the flat stick, no doubt about it. Plenty of great shots Thursday, but this one proving to be the shot of the day. Well, we had picture-perfect weather for Thursday's first round over there at the Landings Club. Hopefully Mother Nature continues keep it up. Let's go ahead and get over to Chief Meteorologist Jeremy Nelson now with a look at that second round forecast. Jeremy.
All right, Frank and everyone, let's talk about maybe rain chances over the next several days. Appears here locally they're on the low side. Most of the active weather is well off to our west. We just have some cloud cover here. Later on tonight, there may be a little bit of patchy fog that develops, so those early tee times tomorrow morning may have some clouds or a little patchy fog. By afternoon, the sun will break through once again, may touch 80 degrees, and then, of course, the sea breeze will start to kick in. That could mix the winds up a little bit, maybe 10 to 20 miles per hour. By the third round on Saturday, slightly warmer. We'll keep it dry for the third round action. Wrapping up the tournament on Sunday, final round, mix of sun and clouds. Any rain chance appears to be after 4 or probably 5 p.m. I think they'll get this final round in dry. Temperatures will remain warm in the low 80s, Frank.
All right, thanks so much, Jeremy. How about one last check of the leaderboard as we get ready for Friday's second round of the Club Car Championship. Again, Max McGreevy making that 7 under hold up since the morning. He has a 1-stroke lead on a pair of golfers, Curtis Thompson and Stuart McDonald, both sitting at -6 heading into Friday's second round. A pack of 5 golfers. How about this? Including Shad Tootin, former Armstrong State Pirate. Also have Matthew Short, Will Wilcox, and Joey Garber. They're all just 2 strokes off the lead out there at the Deer Creek course. All right. Thank you so much for joining us tonight for Inside the Ropes. But don't worry, we will be back tomorrow night. Going to have another recap, have all that Friday second round action at the Club Car Championship from the Landings Club. Again, thanks for joining us. Of course, we will see you back here tonight for WJCL 22 News at 11. Have a good one, everyone.